What's going on out there in YouTube and Rumble Land? Well, hopefully Rumble Land, because unfortunately Rumble, 11 seconds on the clock, my patience wore thin with the last video in your all's platform, because it would not upload, whether it's on the hotspot or on Wi-Fi. So after like 2 days, I said, screw it. I don't keep videos in my phone. After they're uploaded, I delete them, because quite honestly, I couldn't tell you what the read was about after I was done with it anyway. That's how good my ADHD is. Oh boy. Anyway, thank you for all the likes, shares, subs, donations. You know the routine. Don't really care what it is. Thank you. It helps. You have no idea how much it helps. Regardless, the views help, the likes help, the shares help. 111 on the clock. And of course, no offense, everybody knows money always helps. Let's just call the elephant in the damn room, because, you know, that's just the way I roll. Sorry, my allergy bill. Oh, good old allergies, you know? Oh, so I hope everybody made it through eclipse season in general. What a fucking wonky ride that was. Seriously. That was a fun ride. That was a fun ride. Not really. It's been real, it's been fun, but it has not been real fun. Ooh, I gotta say, that was the first actual rough ride I actually had since I started doing this. I've been very fortunate. That was wow. But that is over now. Well, the energy's still around. Energy should start tapering off in about a month, way I haven't figured. So, hopefully in about 4 months, we're completely out of it. I say between 4 and 6 months. Everybody else says 6. But guess what? Everybody's on a different timeline. Everybody's doing something different. 2, 3, 4 on the, or 2, 4, 3 on the clock. You know. So, you know your life. I don't. No other reader does. Look at that. 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So, you know what's going on in your life, henceforth why this is a general reading. Even if I'm giving you a personal reading, which I do, it's just very few times do I do it, because I view one of my reads as something to where you gotta do what you gotta do. And 9 times out of 10, can you not clearly look at somebody if you're of this, the Nine of Coins, somebody starting to really understand what their worth is? I mean, we are starting as a Knight. I mean, better than Page. But, I mean, look at that look. He looks fucking determined, doesn't he? He's got his head turned. He is paying attention to something. He got his hand out and his money out. Hey, take my money already. Come on, come on, come on. So, you know, you just gotta sit here and you just gotta, like I tell everybody, why do you think I go with the flow? People try to tell me I'm wrong. People try to sit here and tell me this. People try to sit here and tell me that. Like I just got done telling somebody during eclipse season. Ace of Coins. Looks like, honestly, what I'm feeling with this one is, looks like, I'm going to say looks like somebody fucking thought they were all that, but Ace of Coins sitting there acting big, acting bad. But guess what? A, there's always a bigger fish, and B, the truth always comes out. People's true colors always come out. People say I'm fucking crazy. People say I'm nuts. When I call people out, Empress and Two of Coins. Oh, look at that bitch straight up looking at those 2 coins. Somebody's straight up looking at balance. Literally, somebody's straight up standing in their feminine energy in general. And straight up looking at balance. Looking at everything from a new perspective. Now, your feminine energy is going to be your feelings and the way you love. That's the feminine side of things, which would be your moon and your Venus. Your masculine side is your rising and your sun. But yeah, no, somebody's really looking at something and starting to see the difference between being unbalanced and balanced. 8 of Cups. I don't think this is you going back to your past. Yeah, no, it's not. This isn't you going back to your past. This is... File cabinet's coming in handy, ain't it? Told you. Keep that file cabinet up to date. Straight up. That file cabinet's going to be your best friend. That file cabinet's like Google. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. That file cabinet is straight up like Google. Yeah, because we got strength. Somebody's getting strength. Somebody is understanding strength. And look, we have the Empress looking at the 2 of Coins, and we have strength looking at 2 of Coins with you doing what you got to do. 3 of Wands. You're starting to realize, lyric has been in my head for like the last 3 days, when you realize there are no more demons left to conquer, an opportunity to show my feelings with skin so thick you'd swear it was armor. Yeah, you understand the fact that because if you notice, I never looked at this card this way, but if you notice, those 3 are protected by the 2 on the outside. So it's like you already know you're protected. And see here, like I was kind of questioning that night. Here you are. Really, right there, plain as day. Having your pinky out. I'm taking that pinky out as in, you know, you have a little bit of class. You're learning what class is. You're learning the do's and the don'ts. You're learning on how, Herman energy right there in the upright nonetheless. You're learning on how to operate in a civilized world. Just like I'm telling, in essence, my student that I'm teaching currently. There's a time and a place for everything. What we got here? Death in reverse, along with the 6 of Swords. Huh. It's almost, I'm so getting like, you're understanding your worth, you're understanding balance. You're learning to love yourself, you're understanding that you're gaining strength. You're protected from everything in the past with this 5 of Swords. There's a blade on each side in between you. And your mind, body, and spirit, which would be the 3 swords, is protected. Then the Knight of Coins, yeah, you understanding your worth, holding your worth. Death in reverse, coming out of the death cycle. Six of Swords. And that big sword's blocking everything else. Eight of Coins. That does not surprise me. I see. Six of Swords. Big swords blocking all little swords. That's a good thing. That's allowing that Eight of Coins. Not so quite as to understanding your work just yet. You're understanding a new beginning, yes. Five of Coins, teeter-tottering, kind of, you know, instead of falling now, you're stumbling. You've upgraded. You've moved up in the world. Instead of falling, you're stumbling. So, that's a plus. Stumbling, you're able to catch yourself. Stumbling, you're able to sit here and follow your intuition. Stumbling, you're able to sit here 11:21, 11:22. I just seen 11:01 as well. Stumbling, you're able to sit there and instead of being scolded, 11:33 on the clock. Instead of being scolded, it's more like, you know, just being guided now. Just FYI, the Lovers is on the bottom of the other deck as well. You're starting to understand loving yourself. You're starting to understand. You're starting to understand shit from a different level. Kind of like me right now. You have to go through hell in order to come out in paradise. Again. But this time it wasn't because I'll tell you right now, if I was still able to be in my apartment, High Priestess in reverse, I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through currently. And what I'm going through currently, guess what? I'm able to use my knowledge that I know. Have I not always said we're waiting for our marching orders? I am, like on the, like a video or two ago, it was a test, then passing a test. You know, it's been like stages. You know, like me, it's like I was always asking, okay, I'm having all this knowledge, and I'm not being able to use it. The Sun, in reverse. You're starting to understand it, that's why it's in reverse. You're starting to come out. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, so you can actually come out. The Magician over the Two of Coins. You're still gathering your feet. You're still understanding this. The Six of Coins. Whatever you're doing, whoever you're listening to, whoever's teaching you, yada, 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 yada. Keep doing it. 14:11 on the clock. Keep doing it. Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. The Three of Wands with the Tower. Yeah, Tower came through. Tower came through. Five of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords in reverse. Whatever just happened, this is like basically you just went through your Tower moment. And newsflash, you passed with flying colors. You legitimately passed with flying colors. Ace of Coins in reverse. You're just covering the page. What I say, you're learning your worth. You're learning it. You're understanding it. Instead of falling, you're stumbling. Death, with the 5 of coins in reverse? Yeah, no, look at that shit. While everybody else is going this way, you're going this way. And I'm hearing beeping sounds after I just said that. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I can. So confirmation. 9 of Wands over the 6 of Swords. Yeah, no, you're not in Wounded Warrior energy. By no means. The Hermit over the 8 of Coins. I'm not going to keep the 7 of Coins because the Hermit and the 7 coins is the same goddamn card, more or less. In this instance it is. The Page of Wands. Come on. You're holding your new beginning. Straight up. You're holding your new beginning. It's just, don't get cocky. 1611. Don't get cocky. Don't sit there and think you know everything. Okay? Because like I reiterate to the person that I'm quote unquote teaching and that got thrown in my lap. You think you know what's going on? No. You just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Just look at it this way. Whatever happens is truly meant to be. Us living life is just everyday nonsense, this, that, and the other. Now see, Paige, you're no longer being breadcrumb because you're understanding. You're in the process of basically healing your inner child, telling the inner you that it's not your fault, not this, not that, blah, 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 blah. You know that routine. I'm not going to go into all that shit. Sorry, I'm not that kind of reader. Six of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom. Yeah, no, I'm the kind that I tell you legitimately what you don't want to hear. You want to know why you're not moving? It's not time to move yet. Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, no, you're still trying to sit here and figure shit out. You're still trying to sit here and understand shit. The 2 of Wands. Yeah, you're still in that fantasy world. You haven't really broken into reality yet. You're working on it. You're understanding what's going on. But you're still trying to understand loving yourself. And that by itself takes time. I mean, shit, it's taken me 2-3 years to get to where I am. But guess what? You're learning. Towers already came through, this, that, and the other. Like I said, there's double confirmation. Tower already came through. Plain and simple. So, yeah. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, you're learning. Learning. Don't think whatever's currently going on, just because you're learning and just because you're winning with Judgment, don't think what's currently going on is end all be all. No. It don't work that way. Plain and simple. Because you have to get over the past first. Not saying you're going back to the past. You just have to legitimately get over the past. Because if you notice, the dude's walking towards the Magician, which is walking towards the Tower. You're still in the process of healing. take that as a confirmation. You're still in the process of healing. Plain and simple. You're just now learning. Just 20:02 on the clock when I said that. Okay. Plain and simple. Ace of Swords. You're just now understanding the truth. You're just now understanding and gravitating towards and comprehending the start line. And yes, I said the start line. Okay. I hear voices behind my ass. That's what I'm saying. You're just now, you're talking to people, you're learning shit, you're doing this, you're doing that. You're starting to put the work in. Okay? Because it's a sword and a hammer? Yeah. And a chisel? Yeah. You're starting to put the work in. You're starting to understand. You're starting to do this. What did I just say? You're starting to. For some of you out there, 21:11, 21:12. Yeah. Starting. I can't say it enough. Starting. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to understand what starting means. Starting means you're starting to understand your worth. You're starting to understand on how to love yourself. You're starting to understand who you truly are. You're starting to do things and look at shit on different levels and different perspectives. You're learning this. You're learning that. And countless other things. So, like I said earlier, don't get cocky. Understand that you, instead of going and falling, you're going and you're stumbling. You're stumbling. You're stumbling. Okay? You've upgraded, yes, but you're nowhere near where you need to be to where you can move on to this or you can move on to that. You gotta get shit figured the fuck out. Plain and simple. So we can get, so we can get our mind and everything else going the way it needs to be going. Get focused on what you need to be focused on and then move forward. But until next time, peeps, namaste.